What's up, Trekkies? Hi. So, me refreshing the STO-news tag on ARC's website. There hasn't been any news updates since Friday at 3:35 and 41 seconds PM. And that was ARC Weekly. I don't care about ARC Weekly. I care about Star Trek. And I play it Stronghold Kingdoms, but they don't ever talk about that. The only things before that are just more things about, like, there's the Return to Babel, which the original series episode that involved Babel. I guess, I don't know. I've seen like one or two episodes of the original series. The sound effects on the ship and stuff bug the hell out of my ears. So if I could listen to it on mute, I could probably watch it, but it kind of destroys the experience. But seriously. Yeah, it's Return to Babel. It's the next mission for the 23rd Century Story. Event takes place during the original series episode Journey to Babel. This will be a brand new experience available to new and returning players. Creating a temporal agent will unlock special benefits for that character. I'm starting to think that you're actually going to be a current character from the future, and you're a temporal agent and you've gone back. The way these are starting to sound up, that you're a temporal agent and you're back in the 23rd century and you have to go through, and kind of like with the Delta Operative. Is that what they were? Whatever. And they had that special little like scanning thing for the Iconian crap all over the original missions. That's what I think these are going to be. You're going to go back in time and you're going to exist in a tutorial of like 6 missions or whatnot. And then again, I don't know how this is all going to go down. I'm not getting on Tribble. I'm just literally reading what public press releases are and speculating. But the way it sounds like this might be going is that you start in the 28th century, you get sent back in time or something, because you're like going through the original missions and maybe some new ones, finding temporal seeds. Like you'll find Nakul, but then you're also dealing with them. Maybe? It says the event takes place during the original series episode Journey to Babel, but this is Return to Babel, and I'm like, why are we returning if it's already been there once? Hi. You can easily access this mission by creating a TOS Starfleet character. Then there's Painful Omens, which the picture of this just, I'm like, oh my god, I forget starbases look like that. It's K-13. Suddenly ceased all contact with Starfleet, and it's your job to find out why. The last transmissions were normal, but now even the ships posted to the station on station duty are not responding. Travel to the Deneva system to investigate the mystery. Painful Omens is the next mission, which these are listed in the order. Yeah, Painful Omens. Yeah. And then Return to Babel is like the next one. They have something about the content team, but it's more or less the person who's on the content team, which in this case is Thomas Foss, the principal designer. He goes through, he has the little memories of what he does with, oh, actually there's a couple people in here. I'm gonna read it. Staff content designer, content writer, and then the design lead. It just gives their little background as to how they got into Star Trek, and it's like cool if you want to know about the designers. I'm not saying that it's bad to know, but I personally do not care. Like, I don't even really know the faces of half the people, or like most 98% of the people that do stuff for World of Warcraft. I know like the faces of people when they announce stuff at BlizzCon, like Chris Metzen and Ghostcrawler. That's all I really know. I don't even know what these people look like. It's not that I diminish their existence as a person. I just really care about the product they create, not their background. So, but there's a link down there to that, if you are caring about the people that make this game. As terms of Crystalline event, it is so fast. I've gone in. Now, I understand I've got some hinky abilities that cause absolute immunity for a very short window of time, and I can ride through it. But I sit on my Anorak ship, and I sit at like 4 kilometers from the crystalline entity. And I just literally full bore into this thing, because I've got max long range things. So I've got like almost 100% weapon power going at like 4 kilometers. So, but it's just so fast. Like I just did it earlier because I got off cycle, so I don't know when I get my shard again. And so I'm like, what is going on? And I just like, yeah, it's so fast. We did it this morning, and I was like, got into like my little like 3 to 5 kilometer area because the ship's really long. And I just, by the time I realized I was in position, and it's not like I didn't I took a long time to get into it. I used evasive maneuvers because a Tholian attacked me. So I got into my position. It was already at like 60%. He was halfway through absorbing. I had to activate the Anorax thing, which makes you immune to all energy damage for a little while and for 8 seconds, and then when that is up, it bursts out energy. Just because you basically reset the timeline, something like that. We just kept plowing into it, and I was like, oh, it's got a gravity well in there. Well, I better click on my bonus damage abilities, sensor scan, because it was already below 50% by that point. And I started blasting in the destabilizing resonance beam to take out all the shards around the center. And by that time I realized it was at like 15%. It was halfway through absorbing it second time. And I waited for it to get to its, the very end of the absorption thing. I hit temporal backstep, which for like 2 seconds makes me immune before it finally backs me up. And then the burst came out and I was immune to that one. I pretty much ride through I ride through it. Some people are like, well, it doesn't do that much damage. Well, no, it doesn't do that much damage. But I just want to see if I can take as little information or as little damage as possible. That's that. It's so easy. It's so fast. It's so weird. And I like the fact you can get any marks because it works because you can do a crystalline and then you can go find the Nakul and you can at least get the daily for 2 of any of the marks you need. You don't have to worry about finding some weird... You don't have to wait for the cooldown on... I mean, you can if you had a lot of time, but... Now you can kind of get 2 reps up at the same time if you're really low in reps, unless you're like me, and then you just sort of grab whichever one you happen to scroll to. There is a notes from last Thursday, but they're not looking anything great. Other than the overflow bag now goes up to 100. One of my fleet mates had an issue with the supremacy trait. Now only stacks 10 times down from 20, but each stack is twice as effective. He was actually having issues that it didn't work the supremacy trait, which was a new trait to him because he got really fancy pants rich boy and decided to get the 5th starship trait, and I was like, ooh. Even I haven't done that yet. I don't have any good starship traits to go in. Anyways, he's like, the supremacy trait started to work. I stopped working, or isn't working. I was like, do you use the plasmonic leech? Yeah. Well, I can't necessarily vouch for this is why it's happening, because I searched, I couldn't find anything, but it could be the fact that the plasmonic leech has an energy boost, and every time you use scatter volley and fire at will with supremacy, you get a power boost and they don't stack. And this change may have done something because it may have worked before because it was 20 and it was less, but then overall, I don't know. But that could be why it's working. It sucks that you can't have double power boosters, but if you are like a person that is like, okay, I understand for game balance, this makes sense. If you hate game balance and you want to be the most OP person on the planet so you can literally screw anybody up the ass, no homo, then sure, game balance, this sucks. But, whatever. Pedal to the metal starship trait, don't care. No longer display a stat count on the buff icon, but scales up over time. Danger Zone and Wingman from the pilot specialization no longer display stack count. Revitalize and boost morale can now be activated while afflicted by hold stun or disable. Alright. Resolve an issue in which greedy emitters lockout can be avoided entirely. Thank God they didn't tell us how. Azadon assemblers can no longer be summoned in social zones. Something about the following abilities may no longer be activated while under the effects of the same ability from a teammate. Boost morale, engineering fleet, engineering proficiency, lone wolf, precision offensive, radiant, subatomic pulse, revitalize, science fleet, tactical fleet, science aptitude, and strike team. Something about switch starship UI now sorts by ship name. Well, hell. I got used to that order before. Resolved an issue where, not that I switch my ships out much, and then resolved an issue where the circles in the transwarp menu did not automatically update when clicked on. Whatevs. Let's do a force refresh. What do we got going on? Oh, the Battle of Caleb 4 literally just updated at 10:30, so like 6 minutes ago. Klingon ships have attacked repeaters in the Federation Subspace Communication Network. Starfleet Command believes it may be a prelude to invasion. That's what we always think about the Klingons. Even if we're a piece, it might be a prelude to invasion. Especially in the original series, right? Join the Federation task force confronting the Klingons at the border in a show of force to push them back. By diplomacy, if possible. Combat, if necessary. But the Klingons have a plan of their own. Oh. It says as the next mission, Battle of Caleb 4 will draw the captain into events discussed in Deep Space Nine episode Once More Unto the Breach. This will be a brand new experience available to new and returning, blah, 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 blah. Okay, insert the rest of that crap. Again, link below. I will put the links below in the order that they're showing up, and then at the end it will just be, and then the fourth one will be the creator thing. That's that. I will chat with you guys next week. Again, Crystalline event, so easy. Oh my god. Anyways, have fun with the Crystalline thing. Rises should be starting up soon. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better, because the Crystalline event is so far even more boring than damn dancing. So I'm doing Stronghold Kingdoms right now and sending out my scouts. I will chat with you guys later. Bye!